What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're talking some discontinued summertime gems that you may or may not have ever had the pleasure of checking out. Now, where to find them? eBay. I'm not going to shop for you. Go to eBay. You're going to pay a lot for some of these. You're not going to find these 99.9% of the time in any discounters or anything, because a lot of them have been discontinued for some of them several years. So I know some of you watch these videos and feel like you have to buy something every time you watch a video. Just enjoy the video. This ain't me pointing you in the direction of discontinued fragrances. Again, I say, if you're trying to hunt that down, at eBay, and that's about it. So, my buddy Justin Copeland inspired this video because yesterday he finally got his hands on what I believe to be the upper echelon of lemonade fragrances, and we're going to start with that one. That's why we have 13, because I picked 12 others besides this that are just personal favorites of mine that if you've ever had the opportunity to try, you'll probably understand where I'm coming from. These are ones I'm happy to have in the collection. Some I hardly ever wear. Some I'm looking forward to get into my rotation for this summer. So let's dive into them. Stay tuned. Starting with technically kind of the honorable mention. It's the 13th man in many ways because it's what inspired this video. It's a 5.1 ounce tester. The original formulation came out in 2007. There's a new version of it that came out in the 2010s. I forgot when. I want to say 2014 maybe. Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne Sport. So you have Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne that's on the market. The difference with this one is this is a little bit greener and woodier. Bright citrus, lemonade, orange, juicy, vibrant, really good. I'm going to wear this as my scent of the day today. Like I said, shout outs to Justin. I talked to him yesterday. I said, welcome to the world of Chanel's best kept secret. Because I have tried since, about 2 years ago, I would say, the cologne, the non-cologne sport, the one that just says cologne, and it's really good. It's still a beautiful lemonade citrus fragrance. If you can get your nose on that, get it. But this is a deeper scent. As Justin mentioned in his video, it's deeper. Fir balsam, that green element stands out. It's a little bit woodsier. It's a deeper scent. There's actual layers to this one. It's a beautiful fragrance that for a citrus, super bright, fresh fragrance has pretty good longevity. We're talking 7-8 hours range of longevity. Very bright, vibrant, and uplifting. A gentleman's lemonade fragrance, if you will. So the reason for the video, what inspired everything, the long discontinued and reformulated, but the reformulation's pretty good, just not quite as good, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne Sport. A lot of people can attest to this one. This one got discontinued maybe 2 years ago. It hasn't been a long time. This was a lot of people's favorite version of Y. It's Yves Saint Laurent's Y Eau Fraiche. So this is ginger and lemon at the top. Oh, buddy, warm lemon. Warm, but very bright and juicy lemon. Still has that musky, somewhat aquatic smell, a little light saltiness from the original's DNA. The coolest looking bottle of the bunch with that frosted gradient design. Just beautiful fragrance, both visually and olfactively. Man, shame that they discontinued this one. It really is good. I mean, I think really every Y fragrance is pretty good. If you like one, you'll like pretty much all of them. But this one is a little different from the rest of them because of that. Like, ginger's a featured note throughout, but this is really centered around lemon more so than grapefruit or apple like all the other flankers. And it really makes for, it doesn't necessarily spice it up a lot other than warms up this lemon. Warm, fresh cut lemon on a hot summer's day. Average to slightly above average performance. Just a stunning fragrance on a high heat, hot day. Humidity, oh man, this cuts through it. It really does. YSL Y Eau Fraiche. What's become a cult classic at this point, I think a lot of you will agree. Sad they discontinued this one. Aqua de Joe Absolu. A compliment king stud of a fragrance. So a little bit of Invictus Aqua meets Aqua de Joe's Profumo. What do I mean when I say Profumo? No, not the incense side of it. The patchouli side of it. This has a little bit of Cistus labdanum that gives a slight soft leather amber touch. A nice leafy green earthy patchouli feel with saltwater marine notes and a medley of a fruity accord. This fruity note accord This is beautiful. Not quite the bubblegum aquatic. A lot of people would say they like this better than Invictus Aqua. It has a little bit slightly more grown man element to it versus the playfulness of an Invictus Aqua, while still being a very casual, high heat summer fragrance. Monster performer. Again, high compliment factor in my experience. Man, one they should have never got rid of, in my opinion. They even, I mean, I thought it was popular enough to where they even flankered it with the Absolute Instinct. Absolute Instinct. So when a flanker gets a flanker, normally it's pretty popular then, right? But apparently not popular enough in worldwide sales, because that's usually what will get a fragrance the axe, is worldwide sales figures. So I'm assuming that's what did it for this one. Just because it's a darling in the fragrance community online doesn't mean it is to the mass market. So very unfortunate. It is that good. If you have it in your collection, which I know a lot of you do, enjoy it this summer, because it is an absolute stunning banger of a fragrance. It's Acqua de Jo's Absolu. Now, they pretty much discontinue them from summer to summer. This was about 3 summers ago. And aside from the Eau Intense flanker, it's my favorite flanker. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love. This came out the year after Forever, which was a lot of people's favorite because of the grapefruit. This, you get just as much bergamot as grapefruit, and I get a nice patchouli note here that gives a little bit of earthiness with that saltwater aquatic. It's very saltwater aquatic, citrus dominant with patchouli. I find it's Light Blue Forever, but deeper. Like, they are redundant to one another. I think Forever is more of a stripped down, citrus dominant version of the two, whereas this has a bit more earthiness to it. It just, I don't know, it just works. There's that patchouli. It's even got a little bit of a musky, funky smell to the earthiness of the patchouli. I don't know, it just works. It just works. A little bitter, kelpy, if you will, kind of seaweed-esque. Man, this is a good one. I need to get it back in my rotation. I haven't worn it a ton, but I absolutely adore this one. I love the way it smells. And I think it's one of the more unique when it comes to the aquatics in this particular line. So if you haven't gotten it, not easy to find, but if you do have it, enjoy it, because it is that good. Above average performance too. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love. Now, because it's like a 4-hour fragrance, it never was going to get its just due because it had Tom Ford pricing. But, oh man, the prettiest of the Tom Ford bottles, in my opinion, Tom Ford Costa Azzurra Aqua. This is the Eau de Toilette flanker in the line. This is the 100 ml. Has the private blend bottles, but that like beach resort kind of color with the blue. Look how pretty that is. It's just beautiful, right? So this one's the freshest of the bunch. I love Costa Azzurra. It is my favorite Tom Ford fragrance DNA. Costa Azzurra signature line EDP, the Parfum. I don't have the private line EDP. I have smelled that it's the same as the signature one, but this is the EDT. This is the fresh one. This is very bright and airy. It's a little elusive because it doesn't last a really long time. It'll fleet on you, but man, on a super hot day, this is the one. This is so good. It's just so bright. That myrtle note kind of stands out. It gives a little bit of this floral green element to it, which all of them have this green element, kind of a cypress and oak combo, but this one just still has the juicy lemon. It's the most aquatic of the bunch. It's definitely the freshest and the brightest, but also the most fleeting, the lowest performing, because it's the most volatile. It will burn off the skin a lot faster, but man, is it so good. I'm so glad to have this. This is still one of my favorite Tom Ford fragrances, and kind of a if you know, you know kind of fragrance, if you will. It's Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra Aqua. Now here's one that got a lot of love for a long time. Great for the spring, great for the summer. A little bit of fresh soapy iris that can be found in the new version of Gentleman, with a beautiful green petitgrain note. A lot of you know how I am about that green petitgrain. Very fresh, citric, clean, musky fragrance. The white label's fitting. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Kind of a darling, kind of a, you know, I've heard over the years people like, man, they should have never axed this one. It is the best one. And there's arguments for it, guys. I'm not going to sit here and argue against any of that. I haven't sprayed it in a while. Man, if you like fresh, green, and clean, a little watery aquatic, again, soft, soapy type of iris, not mega powdery, not waxy and dry, doesn't have that lipstick smell. It's more of a soapy floral, clean, clean, clean musk, soft green, like light woody element without any green spice, the way that petitgrain comes across. So good. Juicy citrus, kind of in the realm of something like a John Barbados Artisan Pure, but this is a superior fragrance. Any of you that have smelled the two, I'm sure will agree for the most part. This is a banger. Again, average to slightly above average performance and longevity. Very bright early on. Not a long time projector, but an early strong projector. Like the first hour is really bright, then it calms down quite a bit, but it'll stay on the skin for a really long time. And man, sad they discontinued this one a few years back. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Here's one that never really got a fair shake. Tomato Leaf and, again, Soapy Iris. There's some Soapy Iris fragrances in here. I definitely got a few, summertime irises that just never shook out to make it. But Valentino Uomo Aqua, 75 ml right here. This is the older style before they studded collars and they had these little slide-on protectors for the caps. This is the old style, guys. Man, something about that tomato leaf and iris combo. It's a watery aquatic. Aqua's fitting in the name, but it's got this green leafiness to it, that tomato leaf smell, with a soapy iris. Another one that's a very soapy, somewhat powdery iris. This one's more powdery, more of that traditional designer lipsticky iris than this one. Whoa. Glad that landed on my lap in my chair. Don't pick this one up from the cap. That was almost a disaster. But this is really, oh man, so underappreciated over the years. And I think it's that tomato leaf that was a very polarizing note for a lot of people. This one's an average at best performer, 5 or 6 hours. Let's call it 4 to 6 hours in longevity. Nothing special here, nothing to write home about. But the experience is beautiful. The olfactive experience is very unique and not challenging in any way. I think it's just a beautiful fragrance that just never really got a fair shake. I understand why I got the axe. I'm just happy to have a bottle. I haven't worn it in a long time, though, so shame on me. Talking about these will get them in the rotation. That's what kind of happens when you have such a massive collection. When you go to revisiting, you want to wear them. And you're going to see a few of these in the coming weeks in my weekly rotation. Probably this one, Valentino Uomo Aqua. In my opinion, better than Dior Homme Cologne. Just like I feel this is better than Dior Homme Cologne. I'm wearing that today. Like I said, this inspired the video, and it's like, I need to wear that. It is that good. Yeah. Mercedes-Benz Cologne. More orange than just lemonade. They got a, mandarin orange. I think tangerine's in here as well. So bright, fresh. It's on the chemically synthetic side. It's not the most natural smelling fragrance. I think it's the best thing Mercedes has ever released. I really do. You can bathe in this. Oh, clean musk, bright. It's the coolest looking of the bunch with the bottle. I just love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. I have a 75 ml tester that doesn't have a cap sitting in a box waiting that maybe, possibly one day I go through this one, because I go through spurts where I'll wear this one a lot, then I won't touch it for a long time. Then I'll wear it for a lot, and I won't touch it for a long time. I like to wear this one out the shower, hot summer day. Pretty much those two situations are exclusively what I'll reach for it, because this will put a smile on your face. This is a mood booster. This is invigorating and uplifting. And I've always gotten pretty good longevity out of it. It's very strong for an hour to an hour and a half. You will go nose blind to it and think it's gotten weaker, but I get every bit of like 7 or 8 hours longevity out of this stuff. It's not crazy strong at that stage, but yo, man, the first hour to 2 hours, this stuff is bright. So good. Any of you that have this, this is a piece of gold in the fragrance community. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you one of the greatest and sadly discontinued fragrances of all time, Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Now this is the beast of the bunch. This and Aqua Absolu, I would say, are the two strongest fragrances in this video. When I talked about its marine flanker the other day, I mentioned how sad it was this that got discontinued. This is my favorite Bvlgari fragrance. Bvlgari Aqua Atlantiqve. On this channel, this is the first full review video I ever did. If you click my video tab on my channel page and click oldest, this is the first individual review video on this channel. You want to watch something cringe and very old, very different presentation from what you see today? Go watch this video. But everything I said there holds true today. This is the saltwater seaweed aquatic of Bvlgari Aqua meets Versace Dylan Blue with monstrous performance, super high compliment factor in my experience. 5 sprays is a lot of this fragrance. This is so good. That ambergris, amberwood smell, marine notes, citrus. The only downside, this is one that people relate that rotten egg smell to. It's a skin chemistry thing with like synthetic ambergris and amberwood, I believe. I've never experienced that. Fragrances like this have been notorious for it. I've never experienced that. This is amazing stuff. I do have another 100 ml gift set bottle sitting in its box in the closet for one day, because one day I'll finish this 50 ml. You can see that juice level drop. One day I'll go through this and I will get into that bottle. This is one of the greatest fragrances of all time. Oh yeah, it's, I said it. Oh my God, it's so good. This takes me down memory lane every time I smell it. God, this is so good. I was wearing the hell out of this when I worked at Mercedes. I got a lot of compliments at Mercedes-Benz of Sugarland in Texas wearing this fragrance, guys. Man, because it was around the time, I got this around the time I started the channel. So a little over 6 years ago, I got this fragrance. And oh my God. Oh, got compliments galore. One of my most complimented fragrances ever. To this day, when I wear it, I get a compliment almost every time I wear it. I don't wear it that often anymore because I'm always getting new stuff. But man, I still hold this in the highest of regards. And it's always going to sit on a pedestal. I think it's the greatest thing Bvlgari's ever put out in my personal, because I'm a blue fragrance guy anyway. Just, it's, I give you Bvlgari Aqua Atlantiqve. Next, a fragrance that was an inspiration for business over pleasure. My first fragrance was Zaharoff. I loved this, and Prada L'Homme were the two like love iris fragrances for me at the time. And I was like, what can I do to encompass that style, that professional, fresher, daytime, warmer weather iris style? But let's make it deeper. Let's make it an even more professional scent profile. Something that's great with a suit. Business over pleasure. That's what it became. Dior Homme Eau. This is a big 5-ounce bottle. This was right around the time that they were announcing that they were going to be axing this one, reformulating Dior Homme to Dior Homme Original, new packaging for the Intense, rumor of the Parfum getting the axe. They ended up making the 2020, but a lot of changes were happening. We just got Dior Homme 2020 was on the way. They were reformulating Dior Homme Original. Just all these things were happening, so I bought 5-ounce bottles of everything. 275 mLs of Dior Homme Parfum, 5 ounce of this, the original, and Intense. So I have Dior Homme before it was called Dior Homme Original, and so on. But this, man, I still, at least once a year, I reach for this one during the summer. This is waxy, powdery makeup bag iris that this line's known for, but with coriander, this nice woody cooking spice that freshens it up, a little hit of citrus. It's a clean, woodsy take. It's not the greatest thing to end the high heat, but of the Dior Hommes, the iris-based ones, this is the one, right? And anybody that smelled this, smelled Prada L'Homme Eau, and smelled Business Over Pleasure, you'll smell inspiration from these. While Business Over Pleasure does not smell like this. Business Over Pleasure does not smell like Prada L'Homme Eau. You'll see where I got the inspiration and the ideas for what I wanted Business Over Pleasure to be. I wanted to take everything I liked about those and in what I felt was improve upon them to make them more business professional oriented and even fresher, more versatile of an iris, not so soapy like Prada L'Homme Eau and not so waxy powder bomb like this. Let's find that medium. And I feel like we did with Business Over Pleasure. Shout outs to my man Claudia for bringing that to life, and I've said it from the very first time I ever talked about that fragrance. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. It was perfect for the vision that I had, and this was one of the two main inspirations for it. So I hold this in super high regard. I really do. Even if I hardly ever wear it, I love it. This is another one that sits on a pedestal for me. I think it's one of the greatest iris fragrances ever created, and it's so unfortunate that it's just not on the marketplace anymore. And this Dior Homme Eau for men. To this day, I still say it's the best spice bomb they ever made. Spicebomb Fresh. Grapefruit, sea salt. The original, just fresher with grapefruit and sea salt. It's not the greatest thing in the high heat, but for Spice Bomb, it's the high heat Spice Bomb. Until they give me a blue Spice Bomb, which I do believe they will one day. Metallic Musk gets close with the freshness, but still, Metallic Musk, it's just a very musky, slightly metallic take on the original. It's very spicy, peppered, tobacco, all that good stuff. This is fresher. Sea salt and grapefruit. I have the official 20 ml that I held on to for a long time, finally broke down and got a bottle. Of what's on the market, I still think Infrared EDP and Metallic Musk are probably at 1A and 1B. But of all time that they've ever made, I think this is the greatest one. Not everybody's going to agree, but I think it's that good. I think it's that good. My God, is that good. And look, you can still find this one on eBay. Like I said, at eBay. Some of you old enough to remember the eBay commercials. That's where that jingle, at eBay, that's where that comes from. You young fellas ain't got a fucking clue what I'm talking about. But anybody that's a fan of Spicebomb owes it to themselves to try this. This is a best kept secret kind of fragrance that's sadly been discontinued for years now. This one did not last. It was an exclusive, I think, to Nordstrom for a little while. It was originally called Spicebomb Eau Fraiche. They rebranded it to Spicebomb Fresh to put it in other places in the market. And I guess it just didn't catch on because it does smell so much like the original, just a fresher version. People were calling it a watered down version. That's a bullshit cop-out. No, because this is still a 7 or 8 hour fragrance easily. It is fresher. There are nuanced differences. Like I said, grapefruit and sea salt. This stuff is magic in a grenade bottle. Just is. One of the greats. It's sad they discontinued this one. This is but this being discontinued is exactly why I need a blue Spice Bomb, Victor and Rolf. Spicebomb Fresh. So with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, we talked about the summer flankers they do time to time. Well, 2 years ago, we got one from the Boss Bottled line that a lot of people were digging, and I totally get it. Boss Bottled Pacific, this beautiful bright lemon essence, saltwater coconut, oh, beach fragrance. Such a beautiful beach fragrance. What a great option. I've worn this one to the beach here in Panama City. It does its job. It makes you feel like you're where you're supposed to be when you wear this one. And you're like, well, if you're at the beach and you're going to be getting in the water and you got sunscreen, why are you wearing a fragrance? Because I'm whimsical like that. Fuck it. You talk about these at the beach fragrances. Why wouldn't you wear some of these at the beach fragrances to the beach? I get it. You're not really going to smell it, but it just feels right. Sometimes it just feels right. Right? Right. I know. They had 200 mLs going for like $95 for a while. Because this came in 100 ml and 200 ml. I bought it at full retail from Macy's. I didn't wait. I was not risking it. I didn't think it would go to discounters. It did for a while at Fragrance Buy. 200 mLs you can get for right under $100. And some of you jumped on it, and 200 mLs a lot. I'm just happy to have the 100 ml. I may never go through it, but I do reach for it from time to time. I've had it for 2 summers now. This is summer number 3 we're going into, and it will get worn a time or two, especially for some beach trips. It is that good. Those of you coconut fragrance lovers, you'd like this. Boss Bottle Pacific. And for me, one of the greatest summer fragrances of all time, my number 2 favorite fragrance ever, Invictus Aqua 2018. Yep. I prefer it to 2016, 2024, 2025. All 3 of those are the same fragrance. 2016, they re-released it in 2024. Still can't believe they did it. And then 2025, they're changing it to that new contoured style bottle. Formula is the same. So 3 bottles, 3 different years, 1 formula. This is the black sheep. So this one is more powdery. It's more based. It's got more of a violet smell to it. A lot of grapefruit. It's more airy and fresh. It's not as salty. It's not as synthetic. And it's one of my most complimented fragrances. It's actually my most complimented fragrance ever. More so than this. These are my 2. This is my 2 most complimented fragrances ever. Right here. Both blue aquatics. This one's more soapy. I like it so much. Just puts a smile on my face, man. It's so bright. Average performance, not as strong as the other version. But man, I love this fragrance. I just do. I'm a sucker for Invictus Aqua 2018. Maybe they'll bring it back one day. Hell, they brought the other one back. Fingers crossed. You know, I mean, it's not like I don't have another bottle. I had 2 backup bottles. I actually gave one away to my member. Shout out to Kara. She won it in a giveaway a couple months ago. I had 2 backup bottles. Now I just have 1 because I don't need 2 backup bottles, right? I've been through a bottle in the past. I like these tester bottles that have the name on the front. Does it matter? No, but it's so good. And not everybody feels the way I feel about this one, but this is one of the greatest things I've ever smelled. It legitimately makes me smile every time I smell it, as you saw a moment ago when I sprayed it. Yep, goated in my opinion, at least in my household it is. Paco Rabanne's Invictus Aqua 2018. Well, that was 13, and this was inspired. Shout outs to my man, Justin Copeland, I'm so glad he got this. I knew this would be a fresh fragrance he would get down with, because It's got that gentlemanly, dapper edge to it. It's not the most boyish, as he likes to call certain fragrances. It's not a very juvenile citrus fragrance, but it's also not that old school Eau Sauvage citrus aromatic. It's kind of that in between, where it's a modern, fresh citrus fragrance, but has those greener, woody elements to kind of ground it and give it some depth and some more body. Really give the scent some range. This is a full range citrus fragrance. Just beautiful stuff. I'm actually going to wear it here today. It's going to be my scent of the day here in just a little bit after we get this video taken care of. So thank you guys for checking out the video. Again, if you want to buy this stuff, shop at eBay, because I can't help you there. If I see a link or something, I'll throw it in there if there's anything in stock, but highly doubt that. Like 100% don't expect it. Actually, now I'm looking at these, none of these are in stock anywhere. You got to pay a premium for eBay. Do you need to have them? No. But then again, you're an adult and you decide what you need and don't need to have. It's not up to me. I'm not going to spend your money for you. I just wanted to talk about them. The video idea popped up and I was like, what the hell, let's do that video. So thanks for watching and spending a little bit of your day with me. Make sure to like and subscribe if you leave. We'll see you on the next one.